The man leading the construction of Allegiant Stadium says the venue will be ready by July of 2020.
That is good news. And 13 Action News reporter Alex Frescas takes you inside this very expensive project.
Allegiant Stadium is one of the biggest undertakings in Las Vegas history. This was the moment crews first broke ground on the project. Now, fast forward 2 years, and it's impossible to miss all of the progress being made. The glass, the roof, and the $2 billion view.
Sleek looking, it's fast looking, it's kind of sexy, and it certainly is Raiders looking.
Allegiant Stadium is an engineering feat.
We're not just constructing a building, we're building an experience.
Don Webb is the stadium's chief operating officer, and his job is making sure vision meets reality while staying on budget.
It was a big cost premium for us to do this.
Webb is talking about the massive space carved out on the stadium's south end. This is where the all-grass field will be grown before it's rolled into the stadium.
I estimated at the time when we were trying to pin down the costs to establish the budget of the stadium that we could save at least $120 million by not having this operable field system. The owner wasn't interested in saving $120 million at the expense of not having the field that he wanted his players on.
Now that's a hefty price tag, but the Raiders are hoping they get their money's worth.
When the field is in, we have an enormous dance floor out here that could literally be used for entertainment, first-class tailgating sort of experience, catered tailgating experience.
Then there is this. It's what Webb calls the billion-dollar view.
We call it a billion-dollar view, but I bet if I added up the values of the properties that we're looking at, it's way in excess of $1 billion.
The installation of these massive sliding doors will reveal a brand new vantage point of the iconic Las Vegas Strip.
That was very deliberate. That's one of the probably half a dozen really iconic features of this stadium.
But it's not the most unique thing about the stadium.
This roof system hasn't been done in the United States yet.
Now, driving past the stadium, you've probably noticed the huge cables hanging inside. Webb says those play an important role in the very careful process of installing the roof.
That network of cables, that array of cables, gets hoisted in place over a 6-week period of time, very gradually, very precisely, so that it then can take on the strength and rigidity necessary to support that roof.
Now, the roof is on schedule, but there are serious concerns about whether or not the stadium is. For example, back in March, there was a 60-day delay in the delivery of steel. Reports even surfaced about the Raiders possibly having to spend another year in Oakland.
Well, if I had $1 for every stupid rumor, I'd be able to fund a big expansion here.
Webb says the contractor prepares for exact scenarios just like this.
They didn't simply come and say, well, we're going to be 60 days late in delivering the stadium. That's unthinkable. They've never missed a deadline.
The ultimate deadline is fast approaching, and in the coming months, work will be ramping up.
People working on this project know that they're a part of a legacy project.
And if Webb's calculations are correct, fans can expect to experience Allegiant Stadium by July 31st, 2020.
And that little child that comes with his parents and watches a football game, when they're grown 30 or 40 years from now, they may not remember who won the game or the final score, but they will remember the experience and being in a place that's special.
Alex Frescas, 13 Action News.
So many cool aspects of the stadium. I got one little nugget for you if you want it.
Yeah, okay, I love it.
I was talking with Alex, who did a great job on that story, and he asked Don Webb, who was leading the construction of the stadium, about the decision to have real grass. They're actually going to wheel that in every Sunday for Raiders games, and that's obviously going to cost them a lot more money than to have artificial turf. And Alex asked him why that decision. He said it's about tradition. They've always had real grass as part of the Raiders experience. They like the idea of grass stains and making a tackle and coming up with a big chunk of dirt and grass in your helmet, and I love that.
So they're bringing that here. They're bringing a piece of them. They're going to stay the Raiders.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.